My name is Jason Kelly, and I'm the boxing and kickboxing Muay Thai instructor here for Allan Goes Martial Arts. I own, or I'm a partner with four other gentlemen in an electronic security company, Advanced Security Technologies, and we did the security working camera systems here for Allan's gym, which was dedicated, so shameless plug for AST. But owning a company, having, I graduated from the University of Texas in Austin with a business degree. Oh, he's a great trainer. It's the things I've taken from him as far as the ground game and even adding to the stand-up have just elevated my game really to another level. He is a world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, and it definitely shows in his instruction and his teaching methods. First thing I would say is sense of humor. You have to appreciate it, but he does have a good sense of humor. It takes a while to warm up a little bit. Sometimes it takes a while for it to come out. He's a good people person, but he doesn't always let that side show to everyone. But when you get to know him and relax, he's quite funny. Loyalty. He's very loyal and dedicated to his students and the people that have been loyal and are dedicated to him. He definitely reciprocates that. That's a two-way street with him. If you're loyal and show a lot of integrity and honesty with him, then you're going to get the same thing in return. And the last thing would just be, guy's probably forgotten more jiu-jitsu than I'll ever know in my life. I mean, it's one thing to see him teach a class, and as you go through some technique, it's another thing when you see him rolling with somebody else and you just see how effortlessly he passes from position to position. I realize that's not a word, but I would say forgotten would be the third word, and he's forgotten more jiu-jitsu than probably I'll ever know in my life. It brought balance to my life, and I've always been somebody who has attacked whatever I was doing with a lot of ferocity and dedication and time. I would say more so most of my life that revolves around my career. I spent 8 years in the Marine Corps before I went to college and started in the business world, and when I got out, I really felt like I was behind my peer group that had gone on to college. When I was transferred to California, so when I got into the work and met my wife, she kind of brought a side out of me that hadn't really been out before, and that was making time for personal relationships, not just with someone you love and a wife, but also personal relationships and far as friends, and keeping those kind of contacts and things open and those lines of communication open and active, making time for other things. But as I started my own company, I felt myself slowly sliding back into what is essentially my comfort zone. I've only been married 2 years, so for over a decade, my comfort zone has been focus on work, get to the next step, get promoted, make money, and other things started falling off. And when I started training with Allan and met Allan, everything about jiu-jitsu starts with a base. You have to have a solid foundation to do anything else. Well, that applies everywhere else too. And sometimes it takes something as simple as a Brazilian hitting you over the back of the head, to let you know that same kind of base, that same kind of balance, the same kind of things that are important here are important elsewhere. So a lot of times it reminds me to balance the things in my life. I have to balance my training with my wife, balance my work with my wife, balance my wife with everything else, and just bring balance into my life. From a fitness level, speaking solely from a fitness standpoint, you're constantly working your muscles. In other words, as you're grappling or rolling with somebody, there's a push and pull that's constantly going on. You're never in a dormant state. If you're lifting weights and you're bench pressing, if you take the weight down, as long as it's not too heavy, you're in a dormant state. You can rest the weights along your chest. Same thing in a squat and up position, you can rest. There's no rest in jiu-jitsu. There's a constant push, pull, friction going on with muscle groups. And the other thing is, if you watch two guys that are really good at it, or guys that are really good at it, there's an art to it. There's a rhythm to it. And when you're rolling and you hit that rhythm, you just know it. And everything's just boom, 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 boom. And as soon as you hit it, you may spend another month or two trying to get back to that same rhythm. That same kind of beat, that same kind of tempo. There's a feel to it. There's a tempo to it when it's going right. And I think when you hit that and you realize it, two things happen. Either you want that feeling back again, or you say, oh, okay, that was okay, and those are the guys that eventually wash out and filter out. But if you feel that and you're like, I got to get that again, then you're in search of it, you know. And it doesn't come every night, it doesn't come every month. But when you're training and you really hit that, it's a very unique feeling. It's like being on a bicycle. You hit that spot and you're that focused and everything clicks, that it's a destination along a journey that's well worth the wait.